Hello Aquarius, so I'm doing your weekly reading for October the 11th to the 18th, and I'm going to be taking a look into your situation, why it's happening, what's going on in your blind spot, what it is that's working for you at this time, and of course how it's likely going to be playing out. Okay, again, just to make you all aware that there has been someone out there who has been cloning my channel multiple times, so if you find my readings on a strange named channel, basically any other channel that is not my channel, which is Phoenix Keia Tarot, then it's going to be stolen content. Okay, right, so your situation. Choices. Be courageous and listen to the guidance from your heart. So your situation that you're here to inquire about, Aquarius, is asking for you to listen to what your heart is telling you about this situation. Okay, now yes, sometimes our hearts can be absolute assholes and they can lead us towards trouble or situations that do not serve our highest good. That is absolutely true. But remember, there's a time and a place for everything. Okay, there's a time and a place for you to use logic in your head, and there's a time and a place for you to use your heart, and they are asking for you this week for you guys to listen to your heart. Trust what is it that your heart is telling you. Now that is quite different from lust, okay, or temptation or anything like that. It's very, very different, and it can get a little bit confusing as to which one of these things is speaking to us at this point in time. Is it our heart or is it our lust? Is it just our passion? Okay, so you're going to have to really use your own discernment. Okay, dig deep. What is it that your heart is telling you? Right, so let's take a look at the strongest overall energy. Sacred journey. This one is Kundalini energy. And it says, through the darkness you see the light within you. Shadow work. It's quite a loaded energy, isn't it? And it is connected to the Kundalini energies. So when a person, again, I do apologize to those where it might sound a little bit woo, just bear with me, okay? Even those who have got different beliefs, that's not a problem at all, just bear with me. Okay, so they say that the Kundalini awakening, it can be quite dangerous for some people, right? Because what it does to a person, and again, it probably requires its own video entirely, right? But it can really shake the very foundations of a person, like to the point where they start to feel disconnected from society. That's why they always recommend against trying to deliberately awaken the Kundalini energies, okay? Because it really can change a person, especially those who are already in like stable relationships. It can make you feel disconnected from them as well. So if you're not consciously aware of what's going on, of what you're going through, then it can cause breakups and divorces and all the rest, because the person who's going through that Kundalini awakening, they struggle for a hot minute to find any real connection to anybody. Like they genuinely start to feel like an outsider looking in. It's really hard to describe. It's one of those things you have to have been there to understand what it is that I'm saying, right? It is quite hard to articulate because there's so many different aspects and components to it. So Aquarius, they're telling you that you are on your own sacred journey here, okay? Either you're currently going through like a dark night of the soul type situation, which again, really, really hard, or you're just about coming through the other side of it, and now you've got new choices to make here, okay? And the choices that you need to make needs to come from the heart, right? So dark night of the soul, shadow work, Kundalini awakening, it's all connected to each other, right? They all sort of are a catalyst for each other. They all bounce off of each other. It's all part of that journey, right? So yeah, let's take a closer look with the tarot and we'll see if we can take a deeper dive into this. So can you tell us about this making choices from the heart for Aquarius situation, please? Making choices from the heart. Yeah, so obviously, if someone has been going through that dark night energy, it is going to be difficult to really pay attention to what it is that your heart is telling you. Okay, because that's quite a yes, it can be destructive. It's a very disruptive energy, but it has a point, it has a purpose. Okay, so it's saying basically, Aquarius, yeah, everything that you've been through up until this point, Aquarius, it has not been in vain. Okay, Three of Swords, hurt, grief, anxiety, pain, heartache, and you're being asked to make choices from the heart. How on earth can a person do that when their heart is so hurt, when their heart is so heavy, right? It's going to be difficult, and this situation, whatever this is going on for you, Aquarius, it's going to take time for you to move through. Okay, it is going to take time. Can you tell us more about Aquarius's? Thank you. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles, to do the work, right? You're being told here, okay, Aquarius, you've got to do the work now. And here's the work that they're wanting for you to do. Process the grief, process the heartache, okay? Process it, make peace with it. And once you've made peace with whatever it is that's hurting your heart, you're then going to be able to make choices from the heart, which you can't do that at the moment because you've not processed the grief, the pain and the hurt, okay? It kind of feels to me like you might have tried to skip a step, or that you feel stuck on this particular step. Okay, again, it's perfectly reasonable, perfectly understandable, right? You cannot skip this step. Okay, that they're saying you have to move through it in order to process it and make peace with it, right? Okay, why is this happening? Rainbow Dragon. Now, that one literally just came out for Gemini as well, and it came out in the exact same position. So you could be dealing with a Gemini. You might have strong Gemini placements in your own chart. Again, take it as it resonates. If so, then you might find a lot of relevant information there for you in the Gemini reading. So definitely do check that reading out after you've seen this one, okay? This one says for you to be honest with yourself and others, and to release your burdens, okay? It's time for you to release your burdens, Aquarius. It's time for you to process what this is here that's happened that made your heart so hurt and heavy, okay? Speaking to someone, a counselor, a trusted friend. Same thing as I said to Gemini as well, because like I said, that exact card came out in that exact position in their reading. Write it down, okay? If you're one of these individuals and you're like, actually, I don't really trust anybody around me, which again is fair enough, write it down, and then you can choose as to whether or not you want to hide it away and keep it to revisit at a later date, so that you can see then how much you have grown, how much you have achieved since you've been feeling this heavy heart energy, okay? You'll have like a point to reflect back upon, so that you can see, wow, I survived that, I came through that, okay? So the future you is going to benefit from you like writing down that heaviness, basically, or you can choose to burn it, and the act of burning it it sends it back up to the universe where it belongs, basically. So you're helping to transmute that energy, as it were, okay? Transmuting the heaviness, the pain into something that is far more beneficial, into something that is more healing and more positive. It's that act of release and letting go, okay? By burning what you've written down that is hurting you, okay? Mostly, why this is happening, same as a Gemini energy, because you've been keeping it all to yourself. You've been trying to deal with everything by yourself, and it's just not working, okay? It's just not working because it's too much. Like, I'm seeing here a situation, I don't fully understand the context of the situation, but I understand the energy behind it. This is too much for one person to bear, for one person to carry alone, okay? Like, we're looking at severe depression here, okay? Shadow work, sacred journey, you know, trust, you being told to trust your heart, and you're like, fuck me, how can I do that when my heart's in so much pain, right? That screams to me of a very heavy burden that no one person should be expected to carry alone, right? So can you tell us more about release your burdens, for why this is happening for Aquarius? Yeah, there's a very lethargic energy attached to that one, the Magician. Okay, so whenever a tired or withdrawn type energy is attached to the Magician, it indicates that someone's either lost hope or is losing hope, okay? Because the Magician, in my opinion, is one of the strongest cards in tarot. It's one of the most powerful ones that you could get, right? It's the equivalent of getting all of the 4 aces out in one fell movement, okay? In one swift movement. There you go, there's all of the 4 aces. Because the Magician has control over an Ace of Cups, an Ace of Wands, an Ace of Swords, and an Ace of Pentacles, right? You've got 4 aces up your sleeve, Aquarius, and I'm understanding that you might not even realize that you actually do have the 4 aces up your sleeve, okay? I kind of feel here, because this is why this is happening, you've lost hope on trying to create the lifestyle for yourself that you genuinely want for you and or for your family, right? It's almost like there's something missing, right? You feel like there's something missing. It's coming from this pain that you carry in your heart, and Spirit's telling you, Aquarius, there isn't anything missing. You've got it all already. Okay, that's why this is happening. It's almost as if Spirit is trying to grab you by your shoulders and give you a bit of a shake, and they're going, Aquarius, come on, for fuck's sake, wake up, right? You can do this, you can get this thing done, right? You have the 4 aces up your sleeve. You're not using them at the moment. Now, you're going to have your own reasons behind why you're not using the full extent of your own power, okay? If you want to put it like that, you're going to have your reasons why you're not doing that. Spirit's nudging you, start doing it, okay? Start doing it. It's time for you to release your burdens. Once you find a healthy outlet for that pain and that heartbreak, once you find that healthy outlet, you will then be able to trust in your heart once more, so that you can really tap into your fullest power, okay? The Page of Cups, yeah. You've got good news that's coming in towards you here. When it pertains to anything that triggers specifically an emotional response within you, okay? This could be babies, family, children, pets, right? Loves, romantic loves, anything like that. Anything that fills your heart with joy, you've got good news coming in towards you pertaining to that, okay? which is a beautiful message for you to receive when up until this point you've been dealing with such a heavy heart, right? So this here, this situation that's about to happen that fills your heart with joy, it's not going to make this Three of Swords, this grief, disappear, right? It's not going to do that. Honestly, Aquarius, that's never going to completely disappear. But what will happen is you will learn how to integrate this grief into your life, where it's no longer taking over your life, where it's no longer stopping you from enjoying life, okay? You know how sometimes certain types of grief, it can really do a number on a person. It makes them feel like they're just an empty shell, right? So with this situation about to happen, again, I don't know what the specifics of that is. I can only read the strongest overall energy. With that filling your heart with joy, it's almost like you can feel yourself on that path towards equilibrium, towards recovery, towards being able to enjoy life again, okay? Something here now is very, very different for you. And of course, no, it will never be the same, right? Because whatever this is that's happened, like that, what an incredible heavy weight that is, right? But it means that you're getting back to where you're needing to be, right? If that makes any sense at all. Right, what's going on in your blind spot? Protection. You are safe and protected, so honor your integrity. Yeah. So Aquarius, in your blind spot, it is possible that somebody might try to get you to go against your own integrity. They might try and get you to go along with something that potentially could get you into a bit of trouble, into a bit of bother, okay? This one, with it being in your blind spot, it's Spirit's way of saying, okay, Aquarius, we've got your back. Okay, we are looking out for you. It's divine protection and divine guidance. But also, you're needing to ramp up the protections. So, for example, are you partaking in anything that is likely going to damage you, either now or later on down the line? For example, drinking too much, smoking too much, burying yourself in work as a way to avoid feeling this Three of Swords, acknowledging this Three of Swords, like workaholic type thing, spending too much, too much retail therapy is going to get you in bother later on down the line when the credit card bills start rolling in, anything like that, okay? If there is anything like that, because it's in your blind spot, Aquarius, now is going to be the time for you to address that before it gets out of hand, okay? Because while you do have spiritual protection and guidance here, it is still your own independent responsibility to ensure that you're also taking the necessary steps to also protect yourself, okay? There's only so much that Spirit, that the universe can do. You have to take accountability also, okay? So yeah, let's find out more about that one. What else is in Aquarius's blind spot, please, with this protection? Yeah, the Page of Pentacles. So that's the card of a student, okay? It's the card of careful planning. It's also consistency, right? So because it's in your blind spot, they're asking for you to consistently stay in your integrity, right? Or to do something on a consistent basis. Right, what else? Do something that's beneficial for you on a consistent basis, right? Yeah, the Six of Wands, the Lord of Victory in your blind spot. It's joy, happiness, success. It's victory. It's you being proud of yourself, being proud of your achievements, being proud of your accomplishments, right? It's you rebuilding your self-confidence. And it's in your blind spot. So basically, Aquarius, your message thus far has been, you know what? Things are only going to get better for you from this point onwards. Okay? Right. What it is that's working for you, reflection. And it says, keep your distance and ask for help. Oh, keep your distance. So we're going to find out more about that one. Okay? But here's the thing, with it being reflection and what is working for you, it's your ability to introspect, right? Sounds like a strange thing to say, but bear with me for a hot minute. I'm just going to say it as it is, Aquarius. Especially in modern times, it is rare, very, very rare, that you will meet anyone who has that ability to self-reflect. Okay, there's far too much finger pointing, blaming others, victim blaming, victim mentality, and refusal to sort of evolve beyond that. There's too much. There's too much of that, right? And you'll know it because you would have seen it time after time after time again. It's super rare that people have this ability to reflect and go, okay, do you know what, hands up, yeah, I did that thing, that was awful, that was terrible, I shouldn't have done that, what I should have done is this, that and the next instead, but I chose not to. So the next time a situation like that pops up, you know what, I'm going to make a vow now. The next time it happens, I vow to do better. I vow to do differently, right? It's that ability to sort of self-reflect, right? So yeah, that, because you have that capability, Aquarius, because you are a fully functional adult, you are fully aware, and you have that, you know, it doesn't frighten you. Basically, being able to self-reflect, it doesn't frighten you the way that it frightens other people, right? Other people much prefer to pretend that they are 100% good 100% of the time, and that's that, right? And in actual fact, they are going to be the most twisted, fucked up people you will ever come across in your life, because apparently they're not responsible for fucking anything, right? So in my opinion, they are the most dangerous people, because they can then sort of explain away the most horrific behaviors, and they can sort of dress it up like it's them being pious and honorable and this, that, and next. Like the shit that they can almost give themselves permission to get away with doing, and it's some of the most horrendous crap to other people. Like for me, that's crazy, that's insane, right? It's because they're afraid to self-reflect. They're terrified of having to self-reflect. They're terrified of having to take accountability. They're terrified of going, you know what, I did a bad thing, I shouldn't have done that, right? Instead, they'll rack off all of these excuses and all the rest. Like I said, you would have seen it time after time yourself, right? The fact that you're sitting there and you don't do that, it doesn't scare you to go within and go, okay, yeah, okay, I fucked up there, I made a mistake there, I should have done this, that, and the next over here. But do you know what? Next time, I'm going to make sure that I do it better, right? You can do that as easily as how you're breathing in and out right now, right? And it's that that's working for you with that reflection. So, yeah, I said I was going to ask, because the first message on this card is keep your distance. We need to find out what that's about, okay? Because apparently you keeping your distance from a dangerous person or a dangerous situation is what's going to work for you. So let's ask. Let's find out more about that. What is it that Aquarius needs to keep their distance from, please? Because that feels dangerous. What is it that Aquarius needs to keep their distance? Okay. Right, so you've got a few cards. The Queen of Swords, an Ace of Pentacles, and the World. Right, so let's try and break this down. Keep your distance. Keep your distance from... Oh, I don't know. I mean, okay, Zodiacs. You got Libra. You've got another Aquarius, a Leo, a Taurus, a Scorpio. There's a message here. I'm suspicious of that Queen of Swords, actually. I'm going to clarify. I'm not going to sit here and make guesses, right? I can tell you what I'm feeling. I'm feeling I don't trust that Queen of Swords, which is rare. It's really rare that I will get that message, because usually the Queen of Swords, like, that's someone who is incredible, like really, really sharp. You can't get anything past them. Okay, they're very direct. They're quite forthright. They got boundaries for days. Okay, usually a Queen of Swords is a very positive, because they're so self-protective energy. I'm looking at that and I'm feeling a bit uneasy, right? I feel a bit uneasy. I kind of feel like there's somebody who is about to give you an offer that you're needing to stay away from, Aquarius, okay? Because it's with the Ace of Pentacles in the World, right? It feels like an offer here, but it's coming from a source that cannot or should not be trusted, right? So why am I suspicious about this Queen of Swords? Thank you. Okay, so you've got Judgment and the King of Wands. Honey trap. There's a honey trap here, Aquarius. Coming from a man or a woman, doesn't matter. It's a honey trap. Okay. And that you've to stay away from it. You've to stay away from it, because if you don't, it's potentially gonna end everything that you've built up so far. Okay, like 100% is a honey trap, right? Okay, so that's what you need to stay away from. But that's also what is working for you as well. The fact that now you've got that knowledge, you've got that information, right? So... how is this likely going to play out for you guys? Illusion. Appearances are not what they seem. Yeah, it's connected to that. It's connected to that honey trap. Appearances are not what they seem. And that you need more information. So how this is likely going to play out for you, Aquarius. And we're talking about both that honey trap and this intense spiritual and sacred journey that you're on at this point in time. Like the whole thing, this is the umbrella energy, okay? It's encompassing everything that we've discussed. What you're going through, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, that's going to be a process, right? You are probably going to just be assuming, well, this is it now, this is my life, right? And that is an illusion. You have to trust me when I tell you things are going to get exponentially better for you, okay? Things are not going to decline any further. So there's still a little bit of the process here that you have yet to go through, okay? So you're still going through that process. Now, to put a time limit on when you're going to start to see the light, as it were, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to do that for you, okay? It takes as long as it takes, and that's what you need to understand, because if you try and put a time limit on your process, on your recovery, straight away, you're going to be casting illusions upon yourself. You're also going to be putting pressure upon yourself, which is exactly what you do not need right now, okay? And then, of course, the illusions over here, You got to be careful, okay? You've got to be alert. Right, so how else is this going to play out for Aquarius, please? You seeing the illusions for exactly what they are. Right, what else? Thank you. That was quite heavy, that energy. Oh, is that why? The Hanged Man and the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay, Aquarius. Don't rush any decisions this week. Okay? Do not rush any decisions this week. Because I'm also feeling that someone's trying to push you for an answer. Or they're trying to push you for information that you don't have right now. Okay? So with this combination, we've got a temporary withdrawal so that you can reassess everything, so that you can gain a better and clearer perspective. And then the Four of Pentacles, that's withholding. It's energy conservation, okay, with the Four of Pentacles. Or it's resource conservation. Either or. Take it as it resonates. This week, Aquarius, you're needing to conserve your energy, conserve your resources, conserve your emotional power, conserve your mental power, okay? Do not rush any decisions this week. Oh, wow. You got the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. It's one of your apex cards. It's a return of good health. It's a return of harmony. Right? It's feeling safe and complete within. Happy home, happy family. And that's your strongest overall energy. Okay, can we have a healing message for our Aquarius collective, please? Okay, I was just waiting until I heard, yep, stop. Okay, trust the timing. See, your healing message is for you to trust the timing. Don't let comparisons, impatience, competition, or paranoia to disturb your seeds. Yeah. Yeah. So obviously seeds, that is a metaphor for anything that you're trying to grow, anything that you're trying to create or produce at this time. Right? You must not allow comparisons to others, any sort of impatience, anything like that. The message here, Aquarius, is leave it be. You're best leaving it be and focus on you for a hot minute. Okay? It says everything has a season and you're being called to trust the season that you're in. Yep. Trust the wave that you came in on. Time is not running out. It's never too late to answer your calling and you're never too old. Okay? So you're never too old to try anything new. It's never too late to try anything new. You're needing to trust in the cycle that you're currently in. Right, let's get you some messages from the universe. Right, what else for Aquarius, please? Okay, self-awareness is key. Yeah, like we literally had that massive discussion about self-awareness, didn't we? Self-awareness is key. Take time today to go within and spend time with your soul. Go for a walk in nature and ground yourself. Meditate, listen to your favorite music. Whatever you enjoy the most, do that today. Yeah, Gemini literally had that card that came out for their reading as well. I swear to God, some of you guys are dealing with a Gemini. Or you got like a Gemini rising or Gemini moon or something. Okay, what else for Aquarius, please? Right, so this one, it's a little bit of fun at the end of your read, okay? Don't worry about what shitty people say behind your back. They're the same people who would rather focus on finding the faults in your life than fixing the faults in their own life. Again, kind of spooky, because we went over that in your reading. Yep. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. I don't know why then, but my head told me that I said that wrong. That was really bizarre. Do you ever get that when you look at words as well? And it's like you know that that particular word is spelt right, but that connection isn't quite being made. And you're like, I swear that I know that that word is spelt correctly, but to me today it just looks wrong. It's so random. I just got that in my head when I was saying my my website name. It was bizarre. But yeah, personal readings with me, phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.